Giving praises to God first, to Reverend Frazier and to Reverend Bedford. It's just good to be here. To our ushers, to our deacons, and to all the missions, and to all that are present. We won't be before you long. John the 19th chapter, beginning at verse 1. Then Pilate therefore took Jesus and scourged him. And the soldiers planted a crown of thorns and put it on his head. And they put on him a purple robe and said, "Hail, King of the Jews." And they smote him with their hands. Pilate therefore went forth again and said unto them, "Behold, I bring him forth to you, that ye may know that I find no fault in him." Then came Jesus forth, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe. And Pilate said unto them, "Behold the man." Then the chief priests, therefore, and officers saw him. They cried out, saying, "Crucify him, crucify him." Pilate said unto them, "Take ye him and crucify him, for I find no fault in him." Verse 7, the Jews answered him, "We have a law, and by our law he ought to die, because he made himself the Son of God." Look at your neighbor, if you will, and say, "Neighbor, who is on the Lord's side?" Who is on the Lord's side? If you want to be personal about it, you could say, "Are you on the Lord's side?" In this world today, I really wonder how many people is on the Lord's side. Fighting, killing, cursing, everything that you can name, it seems like it's against God. Have I got a witness? In our lifetime, we have seen churches being filled with young people and adults. Nowadays, it's far and between. But don't we realize that we're going to have to die one day? What can the preacher, what can the pastor say about you? Were you serving God? Were you praising the Lord? Did you go to church? Were you active in the church? Mom and dad want you to say something good about their children. But the song says, "May the word..." Are y'all quiet now? "May the works I've done speak." What have you done, or what are we doing for Jesus? Who is on the Lord's side? So in this text, we find where Jesus, in my eyesight, felt all alone. Nobody could bear witness to what Jesus had done, what he is doing, and what he was doing. Have I got a witness? Even his disciples were not by his side. And all the miracles that he had done, performed before them, they still was in denial. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? So, Jesus didn't have on earth, didn't have nobody to go his bond, to stand for him. Well, let's call on Peter. Peter, do you know this man? No, I don't. But Jesus had already predicted what Peter was going to say. All right. Bear in mind, y'all, Jesus even say, I know your thoughts when they were afar off. Y'all help me here. I may forget some of the scriptures. Y'all can help me, right? All right. So therefore, he said, Peter, he told us, he said, I know your thoughts when they are far off, but Peter, Lord, I'll go with you. Y'all remember the scripture? I'll go, Peter, look at here. Before the cock crows, the rooster crows twice, mean 3 times, you will deny me. Have I got a witness? Who's on the Lord's side? Judas, come here to me. I need you. We here at the table. I need your support. I need you to help me. Judas, can you talk up for me? Judas looked and said, y'all look at here, Roman soldiers. I'm interested in money. And that's the way some of us are. We are interested in money and not in Jesus. Don't you know God has our money, houses, and land? And even he said a cattle of 1,000 hills belongs to him. All you have to do is ask. That's what the Bible says. Ask in my name and whatever you need. He said, I'll give it to you. Judas said, I'll tell you who Jesus is if you give me some money. But I want you to remember what the Bible said. The Bible said the love of money is the root of all evil. Get that in our mind. The love of money is the root of all evil. Judas said, well, look here, soldier, if you give me 33 pieces of silver, I'll tell you who he is. But not only will I tell you, I'll show you. He said, the one I kiss. That's the one you grab. But the Bible says you cease. Mean you get it. So I'd rather have money than Jesus. Judas, something wrong with you. Because after a while, that money's going to play out. Who do you have and what would you have? You have to go back to the well to try to find some more money. But give me Jesus. That's all I need. Have I got a witness? So then we look, Pilate began to talk with the people. He came and got Jesus. And when he got Jesus, he said, look at here, I want to know about you. Have I got a witness? He began to ask Jesus questions. And look at verse 1. Even if we say, when Pilate therefore took Jesus, smocked him. That means what? He hit him for no reason. Have I got a witness? Now, pause right there. How many of us would let somebody come up and slap us for nothing? Jesus did not retaliate. Oh, Jesus, I'm glad he's Jesus. Then, verse 2, it said, the soldiers planted a crown of thorns and put it on his head. And they put on him a purple robe. Have I got a witness? Those thorns stick you. Have you ever been working around rose bushes? And those little bitty thorns would just stick you. And sometimes if it's deep enough, it'll draw blood on you. Have I got a witness? Even if you're a seamstress and you start sewing with a needle, if you're not careful, you'll stick yourself. So their crown, the thorn, and they just didn't place it up there. They put it and pressed it down, and they said the blood ran down like sweat off of his body. So therefore, Pilate began thinking that he is somebody. Have I got a witness? And I often say we have to be careful, because the positions we have, if we don't have the love of Christ in us, it will send us to hell. As preachers, pastors, and everybody. I got this position. I can do what I know you can't. Without God, we can do nothing. With God, we can do all things. Through Christ who strengthened us. Here, Pilate said, began to question Jesus. And he told him, said, look at here now. I have, the verse 10 and on down, I have the power to release you. Or I have the power to have you crucified. So now, you tell me, who are you? And it's bad when somebody, and it's that way today, it's bad when somebody just walk up and kill you for no reason. Have I got a witness? So now Pilate come talking to Jesus. I want to know who you are. And the people began to talk to him and say, I tell you, he called himself the Son of Jesus of God. He need to be crucified. Have I got a witness? So then it goes on a little further. He carried him. Pilate said, I questioned him and I questioned him, and I found no fault in him. Isn't that us today? But you ought to get him anyhow. Why should I get him? I don't like him. Why you don't like him? I don't know, but I just don't like him. So here Pilate said, well, I find no fault in Jesus. He said, y'all take him then, and y'all crucify him. Have I got a witness? Y'all don't mind if I just talk today? So I can see now that all the miracles that Jesus did, he went and he healed the sick, he raised the dead, he gave sight to the blind, he made the lame walk. 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. Have I got a witness? And fed the multitude of the people that had 12 baskets of food left. What have I done to be crucified? In Luke, it talks about where Jesus, even the mother was carrying her son to the graveyard. The funeral procession was going on. Jesus stopped the funeral procession and laid his hand on the casket and said, death, rise up. The boy got up. What did I do is wrong for you to crucify me? Back up here. You don't have to lay a hand on nobody to crucify. James said that tongue is like a sword. Have I got a witness? So therefore, he said that tongue, your words, your mouth that you're speaking out of can hurt somebody, can crucify them. It won't kill them, but it'll show hurt. But then, on the other hand, I love what Jesus said. Soft answer turns away wrath, and grievous word stirs up anger. But I'm so glad that when Pilate began to question Jesus, and they carried him from courtroom to courtroom, and they said, no, Pilate said, I'll release him, I'll turn him loose, it's in y'all's hand, y'all do what you want to do, but I find no fault in him. So they said, look at here, Caesar is our friend. In our law, verse 7, in our law, such should be stoned, should be killed, crucified. So now when you kill him, let him go. Let Caesar go, but kill Jesus. Caesar was a thief. Caesar did wrong. But I notice in the world today, people will stand up for wrong quicker than they will for right. Y'all not here, y'all miss that. So when the truth will come out, then they say, well, I heard it. They say, then you start putting it on somebody else. You spoke up. Why didn't you keep your mouth closed and let them say? Have y'all been in a group where people say, you be our spokesman? So if you make a mistake, it's on you and everybody laugh at you and not them. Then why didn't you do that? Well, I thought, well, you hide, but now that person is exposed. So Judas, he was exposed when he kissed Jesus. Peter denied Jesus 3 times. I didn't know him, and even the Bible said he cursed. Now we got a witness. So here, Pilate said, now I'm going to release him and I'm going to let him go. So Pilate did what he decided we thought was right. So saying the blood stain is on your hand. Have I got a witness? So here Pilate said, now I'm through with this. So the soldiers began to carry Jesus out. And when they carried him out, they took the robe and put it on his body. They took the crown of thorns and put it on his head. And as I begin to close him, they began to take Jesus and march him from courtroom to courtroom. Have I got a witness? And while they marched him from courtroom to courtroom, I can hear Jesus saying, looking at his soldiers, Father, forgive them, for they know not who I am. Have I got a witness? So therefore, we're going to crucify Jesus. What have he done? Well, let me look at him. He have took the dead and picked them up alive. Have I got a witness? So not only that, he took a woman with 12 long years of blood. He healed her body. Well, can I call on somebody else? He took the clay and anointed the blind man's eyes. Have I got a witness? Oh, Peter, they begin to say, Pilate saying that I find no fault in him. Then I heard him saying that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. What are you saying, preacher? I'm saying that Jesus was whipped with a whip. Have I got a witness? My commentary said they took the whip and took some bones and winded in the whip. They took some metal and they winded at the end of the whip. And as they began to beat Jesus, they kept on whipping him. They whipped him from courtyard to courtyard. Have I got a witness? But I'm so glad they tore the flesh from his body. Didn't he do it? And when they tore the flesh from him, he turned and said, by my stripes, can I preach a while? By my stripes, ye are healed. Have I got a witness? But they kept on beating him. And after a while, they said, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take this cross and put it on his shoulder. Have I got a witness? But the centurion man, my commentary said, he was a black man. But he took the cross of Jesus and put it on his shoulder. And he carried him the cross of Golgotha hill. Then I heard somebody say, must Jesus bear the cross along and all this world go free? There's a cross for everyone, and there's a cross for me. And by and by, they nailed him to that old rugged cross. Have I got a witness? And when they nailed him to the cross, I heard somebody say, can't you hear the hammer ringing? Can't you hear the saw ringing? But oh, after a while, when they nailed him on that old rugged cross, they thought they were doing themselves some good. But Jesus said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw all men unto me. Have I got a witness? So they thought they're going to raise him up so people could see what they done to him. But that wasn't the story. Jesus said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw all men unto me. Then he said, my dying is not in vain. Whosoever will, let him come. That man, that woman was living in sin. Jesus said, I'm gonna die for you. Don't worry, just forgive us. Have I got a witness? But after a while, he hung on the cross from the 6th to the 9th hour. Have I got a witness? They looked at him. They took the spear. They speared him in the side. Good God Almighty. He lifted up his head towards heaven and say, Father, I still have the love. Forgive him. Can you say forgive him? Forgive him, for they know not what they're doing. Good God Almighty. Skip on down. The guy put his head in the lock of his shoulder. Didn't he do it? The song say, for me, he died. For me, he died. Have I got a witness? They took him off the cross, put him in that borrowed tomb. Have I got a witness? All night, Friday night, all night, Saturday night, there was a rumbling going on. They put him in a rock. Have I got a witness? This is my story. They put a rock in a rock. That rock, the cave was made out of rock. But they put another rock in a rock, which is Jesus Christ. Have I got a witness? They sealed the outside with a rock. But after a while, the earthquake came. Good God Almighty, when the earthquake came, it shook that old building, which is that borrowed tomb. It kept on rocking, making a noise in that tomb. It shook away the outside rock. Every now and then, we need to shake away some of our sins. Every now and then, let us shake away our envy. Every now and then, we need to let him shake away our jealousy. But that rock on the inside of that cave, it came out and declared all power, all power, all power, and the earth in his hand. He died, but early, grave. Said, I declare all power. Remember that is in my hand.